Hi there. Today is gonna be a little different. The thing today was I really needed to finish the stream earlier because of something I'll do after it. But in order to like not stream less, I decided to begin 1 hour earlier than I usually do. I think of making this a permanent change. Like make this the time I normally stream on Friday. Because in general I would like to have a bit more time after the stream as opposed to before it. If I don't change the schedule, it's still... There's probably gonna be like more times in the future when I have to stream early like this. Probably in the near future even. That's gonna be up in the air for now. I'll get my thoughts again when it's about to end. And I have a new party chat because I maxed out Ben's empty. Also, hi there, Kira. I didn't try bite. I think it turned out pretty well. Seeing people's faces light up as they dig in is the best word I could ask for. Don't think of it. Yusha. I think that's my mother. Would make food for the watch all the time. I remember her grinning from ear to ear as she watched us wolf it all down. I'd start turning to make people smile with this tavern. It's actually very important to try and max out the the friendship level with the NPCs, because whenever you hit the maximum value, they do give you a pretty good weapon or skill. I haven't done that with castles yet. At this point, I never use any food that like I only have one of, because you just might need it for an NPC. Start equipped catches VP by 1 when breaking 4. If you get more slots with for skills not giving that, I mean for passives. Part of me used to like living on the edge. Found myself in a forest, staring at the corpse of a kid who'd been hit with a stray arrow. Who was dead because of us. Everything I've done to still think of me as a friend. Let's make sure the stoners never sees another tragedy. Speaking of the Flamebringer, I mean the Flame Guard. I noticed that although Sazantos has rejoined the party, you can't actually place him down in the town, like either outside of a house or inside of one. Which might mean he might leave the party again later. By not using him right now anyway. And when I was off stream, I decided to clear some arena battles, like after you capture a monster, you have to fight them again for another reward in the arena itself. And that gives you they're slightly stronger. I did those first 4, they are not like brutally stronger, but they get a lot more health. This one took me like half an hour to beat. Then I went to fight this one. I was about 20 minutes in, and then I accidentally clicked the run away button. At which point I felt profoundly depressed and I didn't try again. I'll leave those two for later. Now out there's 2 days to continue the main quest. I can go this. This is the way that Russ went.
Yo, 相棒。また来てくれたのか。
正面に侵入者だ。援護を頼む。
何かあったみたいね。
へへ、ついてるじゃんか。今のうちだ。俺のケツについてきな。
I bet Jizian is going to be raiding the palace at the same time I am. Alright, I upgraded the church. That means I can open the blue chest now whenever I find them. But it's gonna be like very much a chore to go back on all the locations I left them behind, because I don't remember them by heart. I think I still come across blue chests and ignore them just on instinct by now.
先に進むわよ、ピエロデッタ。
おとりに騙されてちゃ世話ねえぜ。間抜けなケツを追い続けるんだな。
こっちよ。
If you had more like doors in that corridor, you could have a Scooby-Doo chase sequence. And of course I can walk right to back where I can. I don't think this is gonna be lead me to the boss, so I'll probably have to go back anyway. Is there anything that narrow path over there?
さて飛ばんだ。
And I just remember I'm over leveled and don't actually have to like use strategy in the fights.
いや、終わりよ。みんな大丈夫だった？
Oh, there is something over there. Oh, it seems to be a torture room with skeletons on the floor. Oh, so if I try to explore here, I just come across this invisible wall, right? So right down there is the like the torture chamber, and right up here is where they eat, which is a bit unsettling. A baiting or master, I think that's an active skill. Remove one buff from a foe. And I bet if you charge it to remove more than one. It sounds pretty good if only I can find someone who can afford to lose on their skills. But a mace can finally revive people with Vivify. So I'll give her this spell as well. She's mostly utility now. She can remove status effects, remove buffs from the enemy, and revive.
Tomiを持たざる哀れな羊たちよ。救いの手を差し伸べましょう。主を信じるのです。昔、私も羊でした。あなたたちのように。ある領主に飼われ、家畜となったのです。鎖につながれ、二足で立つことを許されず、納屋に寝起きし、豚と同じ飯を食いました。しかし道は開かれた。そう、主が現れたもうたのです。主はあの忌々しい漁師を八つ裂きにし、醜い皮を剥ぎ晒し者にしてくださった。
Actually, is Tiziano, also I forgot his new name, is he the lord he's talking about?
哀れな羊たちよ、今こそ悔い改め主を信じるのです。夜明けの時は近い。
Meanwhile, I've been accumulating some nuts, but I'm not sure how to use some of them because I'm not like I'm sure that at some point I'm switching some party members. And some of them aren't immediately useful for Yuki. He mostly needs accuracy and SP. Ine could use some attack. I've been having a hard time letting her actually like deal a decent amount of damage. She's great if the enemy is weak to daggers to break shield and for stealing, but after that she doesn't have a lot to do. I'm sure that Sersha's never leaving the party, so anything can go for her to her as well. Elemental defense of the rainbow actually dictates how much you heal. think that's enough for now. Otherwise, I'll keep like pausing to decide what to give those to. And I want to have like at least some saved up for whenever I start using a new party member. I don't actually know if those events are like limited. Or if there's gonna be a way to farm them. If there is, then you'll probably have like a cap on how many you can give to each character. It's not like I need more stats right now, at least for the main quest.
興味深いサンプルだ。歌にありがとう。さてと。
こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
万丈この一手。ライム手応えあり。やめたまえ。さてと。
さあ、行くぞ。
Yoki's now missing very little from the Queen of Arrows, which is nice.
我が名はビアトル。
Let's see how much Ursha heals now.
礼を言うよ。やるべきことは分かるね。
Golden Wind. Gold Wind Curator. I think there was a regular Curator enemy before. I also swapped Mace and Lisha around the formation because before I had Alex and Lisha Shugaiden, they are both like big damage dealers. And I think it might work better if they're separated.
分析に回らせてもらうよ。お願いします。苔の一手応えあり。今よ。退屈してたんだよね。このまま生きて
I
返
need
さな
more
い。
damage.
休むわ。大検証ブランドに。舞台は整った。逃さん。
一気に叩く。全力で行く。私が相手だ。
全力だ。その身で確かめろ。逃さん。やめたまえ。
共に頑張ろう。
耳を澄ませて。効果的。万丈この一手。暗闇よ。光を散らせ。さ
あ、行くぞ。
リズムを感じて。行くわよ。
こっちの番だ。攻め時だ。
やるべきことはわかるね。
Alright, send him to the recycle bin. That wasn't even fully charged.
力に敗れる世の道理だ。
Mouth chance to instantly kill targets. I think that will go well if I have one of those frenzy skills that make you hit a lot of times at once. I think that part in the middle just lead me back to where I can't go yet, where Rosso is. But I just wanna make sure. Again, having Mystic Shot on Yuki makes this even stupider, because now I don't even have to worry about running out of SP from spamming my skills in the random battles. There's only AoE that heals SP.
いい論文が書けそうだ。待って、ピエロ出た。ここみたいね。書物庫って。
どうしたレビーナ。
宮殿の書物庫、領主スカラベの手記。オスカの手紙、忘れたのかしら。
Oscar's. What's
書
his
いて
called
た
now?
だからってこんな時に読書かよ。
意味がないわけない。必ず何かあるはず。これね。領主スカラベの手記。当時私は一階の宝石商だった。大陸を巡りあまたの石を売ったが、スフラタル社の砂金は何より高値がついた。だから近づいたのだ、
あの男に。ヒュセイノフ家はスフラタルジャの領主だった。砂金を独占し莫大な富を築いたのだ。だが当主ジュリアンは善人だった。富を民へ施し、白銀の泉は安寧を得ていた。私は当主ジュリアンへ取り入った。足しげく通い、多くの砂金を仕入れた。生意気な一人息子に媚びまで売ってだ。私の目的はただ一つ、白銀の泉だ。やがて計画は始まった。私は手だれを雇い、一帯の流通路を断った。ヒュセイノフ家とつながる他の商人を残らず殺したのだ。そしてそれは同時に町の食料をも断つことになった。食料を外部に頼っていたスフラタルジャは飢餓に陥った。食料を求めた渡航者も皆殺した。こうしてわずか一月余りでヒュセイノフ家はただの家へ成り下がった。
Like these things that you have seen before in the cutscenes and impersonator.
砂くずとなったのだ。当主ジュリアンは民を守るため、全財産と領主の座を信頼を寄せる私へ売った。その後私は当主ジュリアンを処刑し、ようやく念願を手にしたのだ。この白銀の泉を。
Not an impersonator, just someone who took over. I had forgotten what was his name before.
救えないわね。そこまでしてほしいの、トミって。この式とオスカにどういう関係が。ロッソ、
余計な真似しやがって。
時は満ちました。今こそ夜明けの時。止める者に粛清を。止める者に粛清を。粛清を。粛清
を。何事だ。下がれ貴様ら。下がれ。
They are getting raided right now, but there's still some guards just standing there in the front.
何の騒ぎだ。
主に背きし愚か者に
粛清を。おいおい、マジか。あいつら目がいっちゃってるぜ。
ここは俺が引き受けよう。
ロッソ。
奴に話があるんだろう。とっとと済ませろ。俺がやる前にな。
Where to now visit the have not. I think that's gonna be the boss already. Oh, he wants some of that stuff. He like sniffed it on their persons. That's why he's telling us to leave him alone. Okay, this is Lord Scarabee. I thought he was like pretending to be Lord Julian, the previous one.
俺を覚えてるか？
何者だ。
Also, that's a lot of, as we found out, very flammable gold coins laying on the floor here.
何が望みだ。
Wonder how what's gonna be of this palace by the end of the chapter.
いくらでもくれてやる。だから私を助けろ。
欲しがると思うか？そんな砂くずをよ。我が主よ。
I knew it. He is the
すべて仰せのままに
their
いた
god
しま
figure.
したよくやった。褒めてやるぜ。私めはあなた様のしもべ。我が主オスカ様よ。
オスカ。そうか。貴様はオスカ・ヒュセイノフ。ヒュセイノフ家の一人息子。
思い出したか、クソ商人。
Oh, is he actually part of the family, or he's just pretending?
待ってやったんだ。長い間。豚がクソ超えるまでな。よく思い出せ。貧しく惨めな日々を思いを込めるんだ。その探検にな、一人ずつその思いを伝えてやれ。
やめろ。やめてくれ。
あなたたち、邪魔をする気ですね。あまりに愚かな。主へ刃を向けるとは。
やれやれ。 キモいこと言ってると友達なくすぜ、おっさん。黙ってどいたら俺が友達になってやんよ。
So are we gonna fight just out of like rudeness? Because of course the religious cult aspect of them is very creepy, but what they're actually doing was just
そっちのが分か
giving
り
Lord
やすい
Scaraby his
ぜ。
own weapons. It's gonna be a bit difficult to really make them the bad guys now.
主に許しを請うがい。ここで倒さねば
Guess it's just because he is a religious nut.
歌にねえを言うよ。さてとせっそこね。
さあ
And Victor was nice.
私が相手だ。弱点と見た。
万丈この一手。ライブ有効手応えあり。
共に頑張ろう。
リズムを感じて歌になります。
効果的な戦術だね。
行くぞ。
I forgot so she starts with 1 BP extra now because of a passive, so she can do a fully charged Dance of Respite earlier.
私が相手だ。
行くわよ。
対策よく観察して。火炎よ。手応えあり。
リズムを感じて助ける。一肌脱ごう。
And so she is silenced now.
アキークの怒りを受けよ。かかったな。
こっちの番だ。ああ。私が相手だ。
頼むわね。
I keep forgetting triple throw is a random target skill. I have to wait until his only one left.
受けられる。万丈この一手。ライム想定通り手応えあり。
共に頑張ろう。一気に叩く。
ありがとう。
Yeah, Mace has such this spell now, but I wonder if it works on this because it seems like a bonus buff.
頼みます。
頼みました。
直すわ。
やらせ。
このまま生きて返さないよ。
任せてちょうだい。
退屈してたんだよね。さて楽しもうか。サクッとね。よく観察して。知恵こそが全てに勝る。火炎よ。手応えあり。
アキークの誇りにかけて。ここは私の舞台。
If only she had something to add this damage to us. Oh, she does have a dagger. I forgot.
さっさと終わらせろよっと。覚悟しよっか。
耳を澄ませ。一肌脱ごう。ここは。
さてどうしようかな。大切。私に全部よこしな。もらってくよ。
始めるわよ。直すわ。
効果的な戦術だね。対策をよく観察して。
お任せください。
Actually, he's got a ton of buffs. Either he's gonna remove all but one of them, or he's gonna do nothing.
大丈夫。
さっさと
Yeah,
終
he
わらせろよ。
didn't lose anything. Oh, he did lose them. Never mind. He actually gained more buffs. It looked like he had lost them because he just got like one more page of buffs.
任せてちょうだい。ならうまく直すわ。舞台を整え。一肌脱ごう。備えあれば今のうちは。今が攻め時です。
マギア・アポクリファ。ここまでだ。力を欲すれば力に敗れる世の道理だ。
様、私信じてみます。必ずやこの苦しい家を。
I think it's great that because of the massive damage it deals, Alexa's ult is the most likely skill to finish off any enemy.
物足りねえぜ。
訂正すんぜロッソ。うちにはあんたのクソ力が必要だ。
そうか。
By the way, his minions are still in the room, just right there, right? We only killed a couple of them in the fight, you know?
さて、行くか。
待て。
カッティーナ。
よう、ピエロ。
ティツィアーノ。生きてるなんてよ。
Oh, right. Piero didn't see him yet.
つうか、嬉しかった。でもよ。なぜバルジェロをやった？ティツィアーノ！
Like, I'll take, like, completely ignore what's right here.
さあな。
Just don't mind it.
ティツィアーノなんていなかった。初めからな。そしてまたお前か。歓迎するぜ、俺の故郷だ。そういや、お前も故郷を奪われたんだったな。なあ、俺とお前は似てると思わないか。
I don't do this to people for a start.
お前もただの川かむりってわけ。
And we never get to see their corpses, but after Yuki spans Rain of Fires on someone, that's probably the result. The game just omits it.
この豚のクソ式をよ。あの日、俺は全てを持っていた。
オスカ、お前は賢く強い。ヒュセイのフケを背負って立つ男だ。
やめてよ父さん。
So he's really from here. Indoska was his original name, so Tezian was the fake name. I thought it was always from Valor and was just making up this backstory.
オスカよ、富は裏切らん。
親父の口癖だった。俺もそう信じた。だが間違ってた。
So how did he end up in Valor again?
オスカ、逃げろ。二度と帰ってくるな。
父さん。
この二つの指輪をお前に渡す。
Go rings.
いつか教えた家宝の指輪だ。オスカ、お前こそ必ず。
父さん。
俺は遠くへ逃げた。遠くへ、遠くへ。金もなく家畜同然でな。泥水をすすりながら俺は考えた。富は裏切った。富が全てを奪った。富が人間を醜くした。この世はまるで富に呪われてやがる。俺が全て消し去ってやる。誰もが何も持たざる原初の世に俺が変えてやる。
ティツィアーノ。
As money doesn't corrupt it, then neighbors.
生きて帰
Yeah,
れる
that's
と思う
one
か
way to
いい
look
か
at
や
it.
ろう。
I was gonna say after the cutscene, I'm realizing that the base strength of this entire game is studying about how power corrupts. Like not just literally power as in military strength. That's the mass of power quest. Just various forms of power. In this case, wealth, power, and fame. Which is a thing I tend to really like to see. I think that's one reason why I've been liking this sort of this game so much.
なんだよそれ。
待て、待ち上がれ。
この
しつこいわね。
バルジェロに伝えなきゃ。帰ろうぜバローレ。
It actually ends here, so you won't get to explore what was beyond that door. And I can talk to this show now. It's an absolute chaos now that the Lord's been slain.
教えて。いただいておくわ。
What may be gone, but first to abandon my post was actually ruling the city, no? The recent unrest in town has led into being questioning whether the ruling class is worth serving. I think I can take on him now, I'm just missing a bit of SP. So look at a bunch of people that turn fortunes with luck. I bet you mean the lottery. They usually end up for after a couple years.
さあ、フィールドワークと行こう。行くわよ。
Indulging in vices, actually, yeah, I feel that like most people end up doing that if you suddenly give them a lot of money and power.
こっちの番だ。私が相手だ。
万丈この一手手応えあり。
当たらないぞ。
止まってね。
やめたまえ。
さてと。
退屈してたんだよね。もらってくよ。
耳を澄ませて。いや、
ありがとうね。
こっちの番だ。お任せを。私が相手だ。
万丈この一手雷鳴よ手応えあり。やめたまえ。考え
止まって。
うまく直すわ。
舞台は整っ
Oh, Surge was just saved by the extra evasion I gave her right there. Also, the Rachel does not no longer like use up an insane amount of SP on her skills. I still have that the passive that caused that, but now she also has an SP like half cost passive. And that ends up like evening out and she just has normal cost on her skills now.
逃さん。
一気に叩く。
直すわ。今さら泣いてもいい。サクッとね。よく観察して。雷鳴よ手応えあり。小田さん。
舞台は整った。どこへ。素敵な舞台だったわ。私のものね。
Actually, it is better than what Yuki currently has. It does make him a bit slower, it might be worse for him, since it's not about a lot about damage anyway. Actually, it probably is because Yuki doesn't really use his axe when it's to deal damage. The axe is mostly just to break shield. So I think I'll be keeping the extra speed for now. Let's see if there's anything interesting to buy here. Hey, Pirate's Longbow. This is way better than like the Yuki as a crit because again I prioritize giving him accuracy as opposed to power. My best play is actually on Delicia, for which this one has better crit but less damage, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be better. Well, Rampant Mastery, Swagter Weapon, deal damage to random foes 5 to 8 times. It's insanely expensive and it's like Rain of Hours but much more expensive. Like not just because literally the SP cost. Probably won't need it because I have Yuki plus Search as ult, but I'm unlocking it just in case. And it is chapter 3 and it's named after Oshika, so I think this is already the end of the Wealth quest. I have to remember that this is very much shorter than the Master of All quest. So I think we need this storyline today already. I mean, I say already, but it's like overdue by this point. Because last week's couple scene was very more like a filler episode.
教えて。
Yes, I have to buy those from her again.
いいわね。
But now I'm taking a break before I start the new chapter proper. I'll see you in a moment. Hi there. I had taken my headset off and was hearing some like crackling noise in my room. And I thought there's something short-circuiting in there. You might even be able to hear it. But I think it's just like the curtain railing hearing something. And starting on his set list is not other than Valor. It's probably in the finale. Oh, we've just seen that. Hey, what? We were just arriving a second ago and the town was looking like normal. When did this happen?
嬉しいね。だが、わかるだろ。もう用がねえ
A
んだよ。
frog just fell on my head. Are you watching the stream like outdoors? Also, hi there, Knight.
汝持たざるべし。
Okay, this is Valor. When did this happen? Was it I like walk through that door on that building and they came in, set fire to everything?
富こそ身を焦がす豪華。世を熱す呪いなり。なんてな。さて、行くか。次はバローレだ。
Right, this isn't Valor, but it looks just like it.
「なあ、バルジェロ。一つ聞いていいか。お前はなぜパンを分けてくれるんだ。てめえの分が減っちまうだろうが。なあ、バルジェロ。
バルジェロ。
ピエロ、ティツィアーノ。
バルジェロ。
Hi there, Alexis.
心配させやがって。
This time I would usually be like just starting the stream now. It's just that today I have to make an exception, start it 1 hour earlier. Although I said in the beginning, I think most people watching now might not have heard it. I'd said I'm considering making this like permanent. I'd start streaming 1 hour earlier. Also, we redeem ad time, which means I have to pay an ad, but I actually can't right now because it's on cooldown. But I'll do that like as soon as it comes back. But I'm worried about just that if I start this stream 1 hour earlier, then some people that regularly watch this channel won't be able to tune in at that time. It's gonna be too early for them on Friday. I'd actually appreciate feedback on this, like what you'd think if I started the Friday stream like 1 hour before as a permanent change.
相棒、あんたに頼みがある。町に何か変化がないか見てきてくれ。手分けして調べるんだ。
Can I play an ad now as requested? In the meantime, I'll be checking out my build a bit. But this could actually be pretty good for Hinish. She needed more attack. And I have one more of this protective bracelet. And the ad should be over now. Stray whenever you want, but be consistent. Yeah, I've always stuck to a schedule, and even today that I'm doing different, I did warn people beforehand. Like I posted on every social media I have. So if you follow me anywhere else, you've seen it. I have to, that way the Muffway has more long time with Platinum, is part of my great plan. Wait, well, you have what? Chat's a bit cluttered with the messages from sorry about so I'm a bit too lost. But like I said, yeah, I'm considering moving the stream back 1 hour. The main issues are, one, I'm worried that some people might not be able to watch me that early. And two, that like there's gonna be less people like online in general to watch an English stream at that time. I might do some experimenting. So what was I supposed to do in that building? If there's anything out of the ordinary. And so the game won't point me to anything this time, I just have to talk to everybody. Yeah, I've never seen before are handing out money around town. This one has nothing new to say. Oh, they're just over there in the entrance. I think a bunch of those are just NPCs I already had inquired before. Everybody just friend, look at this. Someone from out of town bought all my flowers and gave me all this money. Right, so they're gonna like give everybody money to make everybody wealthy and then attack the town under the pretense that everybody's wealthy. That's what's gonna happen. Including the flower girl. Can inspire her at least. Someone from another nation came in buff all my wares. Going to this pity won't save you now.
教えて。
A member of Bajro's family, she survived the underworld thanks to her tongue and bewitching good looks. According to a certain mafia family in Victor Salo, she's a woman who can loosen anyone's lips. It's just a regular NPC, I think. Some kind soul came in, bought all the odds and ends in my home. They paid a hefty sum for the smallest things. Now my children can have a good life.
教えて。
Lately, she's taken to using the wealth she's earned from their foreign visitors to play the capital's witch with her son. I'm not super happy. I haven't seen her smile like this since... Wait, I haven't seen her smile like this since before Papa passed. Okay, I missed it before here. I thought she was saying she was happy when her husband died.
教えて。
He secretly admires the mafia and slips out from under his mother's watchful eye every so often to hang out of their hideout. All these people are gonna die in just a moment. It's gonna be a replay of Wishvale.
教えて。
Sells a new product, no simply as Sony powder, unaware that the fact that the powder he obtained was fake. I love money, makes you feel like you can forgive anything. Now I can look after this old man.
教えて。
You made me have to look up Infinite Dendrogram again, mostly because of the picture the early chapters paint on what technology could become. No idea if there's a plot twist later, it's not really a game or something. I should have no idea what Infinite Dendrogram is. Have we talked about this before? It's a light novel. Had poison arrows and even weapons used in the eastern lands across the sea, and someone bought all of them, right? Yeah. Without this money, you don't have to worry about anything.
教えて。
Now that he sold his something to those from abroad, he finds himself excited at the prospects of his new life. I think some of those people at least should be taking the hint and like running away.
教えて。
Everybody getting rich all of a sudden is very ominous. His favorite powder is specially made with only the hottest of spices, and would leave any ordinary person right in agony for hours. We've got no food or alcohol, what we're gonna do? Oh wait, do you mean that, yeah, and all these stalls are empty? So did someone come in and buy all the food so everybody's rich but they have nothing to eat anymore? There's gonna be a lesson about like if just one person held back and didn't sell all their food, they would still have something to nourish themselves with. What should I do without this money? Oh, is this the same dancer I had my first time with? Someone from a foreign land bought all my things, you see? All my garments too. Do you think maybe my clothes are considered fashionable over there? Yes, sir, her name was Indomitable Dancer. She's supposed to be like in my house in Wishvale.
教えて。
Novel, light novel, manga, anime, just was ready to talk last week vaguely. Oh yeah, never heard of it, which speaks as to how much attuned I am with like current day anime. I did look at it on Google Images real quick, and there's a character who has like she has long black hair, but there's a gradient where it becomes pink, which I love when they design it like that. If you can't exchange money for anything, it's totally useless. I think that's gonna be the lesson here. Though she charged the training clothes given to her by a kind-hearted colleague, she easily parted ways when presented with heaps of coin from those from abroad. A generous donation from a foreign investor in exchange for a portrait of Saint Oedipus. Funny, kinda weird how nobody actually specifies who's buying all that. They just vaguely say it's someone from abroad. I think that was all there was to see. Purple and pink to me here. Which in some shots it looks like slightly dark purple. I could only get like a good screenshot of it. Yes, and I have to fetch another screenshot because I just remember one thing. And it's a bit of an insane coincidence. And sorry for the awkward silence, and I was hunting down for a screenshot on my Discord. Okay, that's a big image. This is a character from the show Knight was just talking about. No idea what she's about, but I love her design, like off the bat. And if you know me, I probably don't even have to explain why. I mean, why I like her. But what's crazy is that when I was playing in Asm 11 Victory Road off-stream, like with some of the content in the updates, I did add one new character to my team, like to the starter lineup. And I want you to compare her hairstyle with the one of this character. Which is like black at the top and it gradually becomes pink as a gradient. It's easier to see if I get a back shot of her. It's almost like exactly the same idea. And of course, like I said, I love when they do that. I love pink hair and I love gradient hair. If you make them both together, it's even better. At one left is basically Nezuko from Demon Slayer, but the gradient hair is orange. Oh, I never noticed if she had gradient hair. Which is funny to say that because you can. I haven't watched Demon Slayer myself, but you can bet. You can like try and guess where I got the idea for my wings from. Like you probably only know one other character that has wings on the back of their head like this, right?
何か変わりはあったか。
いつの間にか鍛冶屋に売り物がなくなっていた。異国の人が大金で
Yeah, rich grinder bought the entire place.
ぶどう一粒も残さずすべてね。
酒場もだぜ。
Well, Dev also bought everybody's houses, so everyone is
店は空っぽだ
homeless.
った。見知らぬ男がすべて買ったと。それだけじゃねえ。その男は食料を
Including all the
買い
food.
取ると言ったそうだ。
Yeah, that's gonna lead to what I was talking about. Everybody's gonna starve.
男はさらに大金を出したらしい。
そいつらは何者だ。
大金持ちか物好きか。
いいなあ、俺のナイフも売れねっかな。
あんたは情報ないの？ピエロデッ
ああ、そういや、畑の白ぶどうも全部
The white grapes were bought up from the fields too.
他の国のやつに。
異国はやたら
Did anybody get a look at his face, or is he like completely anonymous of the identity?
何？店だけではなく住民の蓄えも買い取っていると。町中の物資が何者かに買い集められてる。何が起きている。
見ろよ、大金だぜ。
これだけありゃ当分は困らねえ。
バローレに天から恵みが降りてきたんだ。
だが店はどこも閉まっちまってるぜ。関係ねえ。トイが隣町まで行くさ。
Can still travel to other towns. I thought the same, but I think the twist is gonna be that whoever this guy is also bought all the neighboring towns, so nobody has any food left.
あんたらそこを通してくれ。
下がれ。
貴様らはバローレから出ることはでき
I
ない。
was trying looking up Morta from Chef, and yes, she does have a head wings as well. She does look pretty cool.
ふざけやがって。
主に背く愚か者め。
なあ、町の周りにヤバいのがいるらしい。北へ行こうとした男がやられたって。
西へ抜ける道でも家族連れが殺されたわ。
様子を伺ってきたぜ。あれはイカレ野郎の信者どもだ。
オスカ。
どの道も塞いでやがる。町を包囲する気だぜ。
何が始まるんだよ。
まさか。よう、バローレの富豪ども。お前たちの手には有り余る富がある。だが何の価値がある。 富などクソだ。ここに食料や必需品がある。ただし多くはね、お前らのうち
Is he gonna like multiply it like Jesus?
生き残りたければ
You wish to live, you must steal from others. I don't think that's what Jesus said.
来たな、ゴッドファザー。傷はもういいのか？町のものを買い集めたのはお前か。狙いは分かった。今すぐやめさせろ。嫌だね。お楽しみだからな。見届けろよ。守ってきた町の末路。その傷でどこまで動けるか見ものだがな。俺は魔女の屋敷から見物させてもら
It might sit in the audience at the witch's
う。用
mansion.
があるなら歓迎するぜ。
バルゼロ！
また熱が上がってきたわ。
Serious come back, but we ought to move 3 days at least.
バルジェロ。
So is Bargel just gonna sit this entire quest? He's gonna sit it all out, basically.
俺たちが刃を向ける相手は町の人間じゃない。
時間がない。妻と子が食えなくて弱ってる。こうするしか。
Yeah, the one thing this game hadn't gone for yet was
やめろ。
cannibalism. So it's about time.
バルジェロ！起き上がって大丈夫なのか？
レビーナ、人員をかけ鎮圧に当たれ。手段は選ばなくていい。ピエロ、フラ、ロッソは俺と来い。ティツィアーノを止めに行くぞ。バローレの物資を奪い返す。相棒、あんたも力を貸してくれるか。
Actually, I feel like going home right now. And my control is not responding. Wait, the game window was not focused.
礼を言うぜ、相棒。よし、行くぞ。エルミニアの屋敷だ。
Only after I take a lot of look at what's going on back here. Everyone in town, eh? We just leaving the flower girl behind. I'm sure she's gonna be fine. This is directly from Mayor. Please calm yourselves. I'll protect the child so he button into his madness. Help me if you do, I'll give you some honey powder. It's really good on birds, so please, if anyone's got a slice. Don't have any weapons, cause I saw them out. Right, selling out the weapons probably also a bad idea. We have to save the dancer, at least she is supposed to be in Wishvale. What should I do? I left everything in my house back in Wishvale, right? Everything. And it's actually like a straight shot for the mansion because we have this shortcut. But it's I mean, it's consider a new map because the minimap was cleared now. It's probably gonna be the same layout just with stronger enemies. And the stars are still the same. I think there's gonna be anything new to see here. Oh, last chest is here. It's not exactly empty. In fact, it might actually have more people than before, because now I have half Oscar's minions. Before, the problem was that he didn't do enough damage. Now he's just sitting in the damage cap. And I don't think I have any passive I can replace, like afford to replace from here to give her the surpassing power one. She has Net, which doubles her skills, which is very important for her. I don't remember which the other one is. Arcane Healing Master. Which isn't a active skill? Or is it only for a certain class? It's right here. It's for HP and to remove a debuff. That could wait for Search or Laurana. I guess I'll keep Laurana more focused on just pure health, and Search I can be a dispeller. She's in the front row much more often anyway.
来たないいとこだぜ。
ここまでだ。町の物資を返せ。
冗談だろ。俺が買った。
Surely you just.
奴らの手には代価があるだろう。クソ代価がな。
お前が仕組んだ。金が価値を失うように。
生きるため他を奪う人間本来の姿だ。こうやって俺は7つの町と国を滅ぼした。
マジかよ。
昔人間ってのは狩りで獲物を取ってた。てめえが食うためにな。シンプルなもんさ。だがどこかでバカが富を作った。その偽りの価値を信じ、人間に貧富が生まれた。俺の故郷を見ろ。一握りが超えて他の大勢はクソを舐めてた。バルジェロ、俺は大陸中の町を一つずつ落としていく。そしてこの世から富を消す。貧富のない原初の世を取り戻してやるのさ。
いかれてやがる。
それがお前の理想か。
てめえとは違うなあ。さあ来いよ。どうせ
So it's
邪
like
魔
Ken
する
from
んだろ
Pokemon. Why not say that? Because Pira did make a parody game of Pokemon where like Team Plasma from Gen 5 are the good guys. He's reminding me of him a bit actually. I didn't think it would be the final boss quite yet. I don't think there was a safe spot before him. I will say, I think I'll have to do that elite enemy again.
ありがとう。行くわよ。
Feels more like Ketsis. Well, he certainly looks more like Ketsis. Also, I remember when you beat Ketsis in White or Black Joe, like Hug comes up to you and asks like, is it all over? And I said no, because I actually didn't think that was the end of the game, but it was. Felt a bit sudden for me.
私が相手だ。
万丈この一手。そら、そういうことか。手応えあり。万丈この一手。暗闇よ、手応えあり。
さてと
覚悟しよっか。
リズムを感じて
助ける。
救済
悪いね。ありがとう。やめたまえ、やめたまえ。
さあ、行くぞ。
It is actually gonna give my party a run for its money. At least for the final boss, I'm not really over leveled. And he's most likely gonna have a second form because of the rings.
ああ、どこからでも来なさい。こっちの番だ。
直す
礼を言うよ。
耳を澄ませて
任せて。
歌に乗せ
ありがとね。考えたと終わらざるには。覚悟しよっか。よく観察して。
His laugh is meant to His theme is supposed to repeat his name, but it makes it sound like Dennis because of the limited audio quality of TTS. I don't think I ever realized his theme was even vocal. I remember that the Roxy's theme, the Poison Gym Leader, had a vocal. Also, hi there, Gray, you did redeem Hydrate, which means I take a like short water break. I'll be back in a second. Also, welcome. Nice to see you again. I mean, nice to see you again, but I'll see you in a moment, because I'm taking a very brief break. Either I said it to be brief, also good time to clear my throat, which I should do more often. But have you been doing? Have you been playing like the Icebreaker mode on Dark Knights? I actually haven't touched that yet, because I was wondering whether or not to stream it. I'm not doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm playing more Octopath, but I might do that next week, which will be my last chance to do it before the event ends. This Wind's Breath, I think, is Alexa's strongest single target skill as of now. Oh, you can't steal from him because he have nothing. Good attention to detail. But you can collect money. Quite a lot of it. Feels like I could sign up for it. I don't play any Icebreaker this time. I don't really remember how it works. Yeah, it's a co-op mode. It's not really really difficult. Even if it is, like, you can just grind the easier stages and you get similar rewards, I think, as if you've done the harder ones. About signing up, I think if I do that next week, it will be a bit like too rushed to set it up. But you remind me that this channel has completed 1 year just recently. I have yet to collab with anybody else, which is weird considering I do have friends who are streamers. Alright, it's the first phase. There's gonna be one more. That's right, it felt too quick.
傷が癒えないか。黙って見てろ、バルジェロ。バローレが灰になるのをよ。動くな。お前だ。
Sorry that Bargel wasn't actually involved in this fight, considering he is programmed to be a helper actually in battle.
お前が バルジェロに力をもたらした。クソみてえな理想にな。
かつて一緒に夢を見たな。俺たちの町をマシにしてやると。すべて偽りだったというのか。
足りめえだろ。てめえはいつも偽善ぶりやがる。いつまでだバルジェロ。いつまでちんけな皮かぶってんだ。ああ、町をマシにするだ。てめえも富が欲しいんだろ。てめえも皮を剥げば他のクズと同じだ。なあ、認めろよバルジェロ。
やめろ。バルジェロはそんなんじゃねえ。
お前が信じるものなどクソくらいだ。
俺は信じているバローレ
オ。そうかよ。じゃあ見てみろ、大好きな町が。
I think Oscar is going for like a very not so different speech, but it's not really landing. The reason why the town is like this is partly because Bajul was sick and he wasn't there to see it all happen. Not sick, like he was wounded.
オスカ様、バローレが。
よし、いい感じね。バローレよ、聞きなさい。これは危機よ。はっきり言ってね。でもこんな時こそ力を合わせ
Also, I'm gonna have to apologize for Levina for thinking she was gonna betray the gang earlier. I should have been really sad if that happened.
分け合うものだって。かき集めれば食料も武器もまだあるはず。物資を分け合って抵抗するのよ、私たちで。
そうよ。
バルジェロさんがよくしてくれたこの町で俺たちが争ってどうする。
分け合うんだ、俺たちも。
バローレの底力
Evil, I think this goes back to when Sonia was introduced and shortly after she turns out to be evil. And I was like sure she was gonna be a party member. But you can actually get Sonia as a party member in the gacha.
崩されました。これ以上町を囲えません。
After I lose, I mean everything is possible, but I actually like that one.
オスカ様。
黙れ。
And he stabs his own minion just so you know that he's evil.
なぜだ。こんなことは起きなかった。他のどこでも。
バローレがマシな町になったのさ。それだけだ、オスカ。
Mesmo que fans can't blame Luz, I mean, that's something to do with the jellyfish form she gets. Because she has a transformation sequence where she fuses with the Lego, whatever that creature was called. And then you don't actually fight there, you just fight your Pokemon like normal.
なぜ思い通りにならねえ。クソが
必要の
どいつもこいつもクソどもがカスくせえ皮をかぶりやがって。
He's salty.
いいや、それは違うな。
来るな。
罪を償え。そしてやり直せ、もう一度。
その悟ったようなクソ面がムカつくんだよ。なぜ俺がてめえのそばにいたと思う。くたばれバルジェロ。もう一度だ。初めから出直してやる。何度でもな。
I just wanna call him back, cast his second form, right?
Levina.
Oh wait, when I killed the boss, like the music was still playing, there was no victory screen, right? That usually means there's a second phase.
けど手段を選ぶなとも言ったわ。
So is there just gonna be a bunch of cutscenes in them? Start the second phase?
いいじゃん、丸く収まったんだしよ。
ああ、被害は少ねえ。丸い方だ。
確かにな。
で、あのイカレ野郎は何をしやがる気だ。集めた富と信者の多くを失ったはずだ。奴に一体何が残っている。
おいおい、それって
領主スカラベの指揮よ。クスネといたの。気になる記述があってね。ヒュセイのフケは莫大な資産を隠してたって。
They vast amount of
全財
their
産を
fortune.
領主に売ったと聞いたが。
そのはずだけど、詳しくは不明よ。ともかく、領主もお手上げだったみたいね。遺産の隠し場所はクオンの流砂周辺だ。しかし巧妙に隠され発見できず。
オスカはそのありか
をおそらく知ってる。自分の家のものだし。
オスカは物資を買い占め、町や国を滅ぼし、その金を回収し大きくなってきたが、バローレの襲撃に失敗し、痛手を負ったはずだ。奴は遺産を元手に再起するつもりだろう。
後で私が独り占めしよ
I
うと
was
思
going
っ
to
たけ
keep
ど。
this out for myself.
因縁のお相手なんでしょ。ボスにあげるわ。
貸しにしておく、レビーナ。さて、
俺もバローレに残るぜ。ボスの仇として奴を追っていたが、これから先はどうやら俺の出る幕じゃない。
わかった。 町を頼むロッソ。
行こうぜバルジェロ。ティツィアーノを止めるんだ。俺たちでさ。
ピエロ、フラ、相棒。ああ、俺たちが終わらせよう。
He's not gonna say it's go time. What's the location in question? Because this might be another case where I'm about to cross the continent to get to one quest marker. And sure enough, it's all the way over here, and so is a new party member. So this job is actually stretching a bit further than I thought. I'll just open this blue chest over here. And I haven't collected from Wishvale in a while. Alright, I had ignored this corner of the map because I thought I was gonna have to explore over here anyway. Like as part of the quest later. And you must be the new party member. We're contemplating taking this road, otherwise against it. There's a dangerous creature up ahead. It was so blatant. Speak things are invariably without corruption. I need spell on apothecary. The other poisons and maladies that are in the blood and those decors in the flesh. So I just have to say that do exactly what he's telling me not to do and kill the monster. It's like an ant queen.
苦しむ人が出る。
効果的な戦術だね。
こっちの番だ。私が相手だ。
よく観察して。そういうことか。手応えあり。
共に頑張ろう。
行くわよ。助ける。救済よく観察して出る杭は打つ。
こっちの番だ。
直すわ。リズムを感じて癒される始めるわよ。
私が相手だ。
考え万丈この一手。出る杭は打つ。行くわよ。いや耳を澄ませて。
Oh, come on, you kill me set by one shot.
息ついや仕上げの時だ
一気に叩く
直すわすまない全力だ大丈夫今が攻め時です
And that, I realized that I think Macy hasn't taken a turn destiny until now. She's a bit forgotten back there.
お願いしますその身で確かめろ2枚はサクッとね今のうちよ
お任せを私が相手だ
これがアキークの怒りを受けよ野賀さん野賀さんしかしまだ見つけてるこれはピンチというやつかな
Was that like an auto revive check? How was I supposed to survive that? Can't let him use it again.
頭が倒れられないの直す礼を言うよ届かなかった
Hey, what? Am I supposed to lose here? I was. Use that for 3 days and 3 nights. Your body shows no signs of necrosis, probably because I'm the protagonist. While you were asleep, I took the liberty of studying your blood. Like those victims, yours flowed freely without issue. Perhaps it's a product of your fine diet or some such. Before new blood, I was able to formulate a medicine made with my blood, and I assume you want stories more of it later, right? As long as it lives, there will be other victims. I know of the comic, my gun is Space Bucking. I also never heard of that one. Did I just drink my own blood? Was that the medicine? And it doesn't even move, I think. Now I know to stack up those auto revives just in case it uses that skill again. Oh, it's been nullified, so we're fine now.
聞きなさいさてと
さあ行くぞ私が相手だ
万丈この一出る杭は打つ
こっちの番だ
直すわ耳を澄ませて任せて断ち切る休息のありがとうさてとよく観察これで大丈夫その手は食らわない行くわ
Stomach becomes enlarged.
行くわよ耳を澄ませて任せて たいありがとうありがとう始めるわよこちらの番です
出る杭は打つアリの穴から包みも崩れる
整った
一肌アキークの怒りを受けよ逃さんやるべき知恵こそが全てに勝るその身で確かめろ
今よ
I do love bug monster designs, probably don't have to tell you that. Actually has like a little flame coming out of her back.
はい
Yeah, I think it's got less HP now.
この気を逃さん
この手に全てをいい夢を逃さ成果のご加護が私にも
Yeah, fear this scourge of stun body any longer. Unless another colossal blightant appears. Then again, we're unaffected by corruption, which means you must have an innate resistance. That looks alive independent from the main body like a parasite. I thought it might be like possessed if that flame is like supposed to be a ghost. You think it might be due to Ardelia? Eat Ardelia every day to keep sickness at bay and you actually do this? Because you unique to the woodlands. Set to encourage the healthy circulation of blood. Must know how to prepare the favorite dish of yours. Don't remember if I have one in my inventory. I don't have to go back to Wishville. See that everyone in the village eats it every day. That's cultivating natural resistance with their blood. He's gonna farm the people for their blood. Now he's telling us his life story. Save the minion to control the rest of their laurels. I do like to believe he's still out there somewhere, tending to the sick and ailing.
Wow, 困っている人のために全力を尽くすあなたの姿、感動しました。僕もこの街でじっとはしていられない。旅に出て多くの人を助けたい。父さんのように。よーし、頑張るぞ。よろしくお願いしますね。
This pair is my companion. An apothecary adept at curing status ailments and reviving capacity allies. A bit strange how you have 3 apothecaries now. I think that's at least tied for the class that's the most represented so far in the party members. Recuperating Smash, unleash an next attack on the phone to restore HP when attacking from the back row. Yuki actually has a skill like that, but I actually use it just for its multi-hit. Only for the HP still. Healing Touch cures HP and restores self. I was gonna say this could be good for Macy, but I think this will heal and dispel status ailments, but it won't make you immune to them for a few turns like what Rehabilitate does. Support skill that enhances ability to inflict status ailments. Now that would be good for Mace's paralysis. I actually read that status effects like the paralysis, they don't actually have any stat that can increase to improve their odds. From what I've read, this is like a 50-50 chance to work, a skill like paralysis formula. If Poison Touch, I think it's lower. I think it if the skill deals damage and has a chance to inflict an effect, the chance is like 30%. Or maybe that was just for the weapons that have a debuff as a secondary effect. In any case, I'll have button on the training ground for now. And actually, he should have a ton of JP, so I can unlock off his skills already. It's got an AoE Thunder spell. Toxify, which I'm guessing is a stronger version of Poison. The auto danger store 1 SP if attacking from the back row, so it's more of a like self-sustain. Oh, and you learn Vivify naturally. Not gonna have enough JP for the last one. Make a full weak to poison for 2 turns, so he can improve his chances. I wish Mace would have this, but for paralysis. It might be a skill that we can get at some point. Bring more party members in a out of space for who can get XP in the training ground. I want to go full-fledged apothecary as soon as possible. And I thought we were already plenty capable. Still have a long way to us, especially compared to my father. But you helped Yuki, did you not? Necessarily they've helped me more than I helped them. My father hadn't told me about Ardelia. In fact, to remember that information and put it to use shows that we're a fine apothecary. If you like anything, it would be. You should be more confident in your abilities. My father always told me to not overestimate my abilities. Does Seagull show dialogue boxes without mentioning his father? Just as Clark has sold the soul, so do apothecary seal the body. Matters the most is desire to help those in need. And you have that in abundance. If I were your father, I have no doubt he'd be weeping with joy. There's one more. There's gonna be one of the 3 apothecaries together, I'm sure. Maybe something interesting gonna happen, like a Gigantes attack. What? That would be awful, people could get hurt. That's the point, then maybe they'd learn not to be so complacent. I mean, a while ago something like that happened. Did I hit a nerve? You really got a thing for this town? And he's just arrived. Yeah, it got torn to shreds. And rebuilt, bravo. Let's change the fact there's nothing for me to do here. I mean, you're choosing to stay. You could easily keep yourself busy by maintaining the peace. I think any jobs that you need to be good at. You really think you can trust me with something like that? Just so you know, I used to be the sort of person that attacked towns. This town has everything you'll need already, so I would think you'd want to defend it. You're out too nice for your own good. It will only be a matter of time before this place gets raised again. I just decided this time is worth of my protection, that's all. I was gonna take a break, but the game wants to hold me down now. Wait, why am I dressed like an apothecary? Also, I guess that you need to have recruited all the apothecaries and unlock the apothecary class to unlock this party talk. You wear that satchel well. Not since the moment you first met, but I believe you were born to be an apothecary. But I'm not one. Okay, it's fine. It's sure to make a fine apothecary. Am I being gaslit? I was a hunter until a minute ago. Tsundere. I thought Teddy came across more like a yandere, which was kind of why I put her in the party. But she is shifting a bit. What's most important to you as an apothecary? I'm not an apothecary. You're measuring greatest wound, your potion could easily turn into poison. When you're carved inside of out is important when dealing with people's lives. Remember about his father again. Ever need help, just send when you will be there. There's more. How many party talks did his sparrow unlock? There's a emblem in your handkerchief. I embroidered it myself to let off some steam during our journey. You do that to yourself and you actually find it relaxing. I don't need to think while doing needlework, my hands practically move on their own. It must be nice having a hobby that lets your mind wander for a change. What's your hobby, Pius? It's drawing, which I had no idea. Nearby plants and the like, observe them carefully, then I draw them in detail. Being one with nature brings me peace. What happened to have any of you now? Also, is this the first party talk that the avatar is not involved in? I never do them with an audience in mind, they're simply for my own enjoyment. I write about herbs in my notebook all the time, but I thought about drawing pictures. If I had other skills, my notes would be far easier to understand. Why not have Pius draw the pictures for you? Together they could turn their notes into a field guide. Goodness, Pius, these are our drawings, they look like the real thing. These are white grape blossoms, I saw them when I was in Valor. And then Oscar bought them all out. And the people were left starving. If drawings was it was this, anyone could find the herbs they need in the wild. And that would allow apothecaries to focus solely on their patients. Many more lives would be saved. I'd be more than happy to draw pictures if you would like a spare. And I have no idea if that's how I pronounce his name. Looks like a spare hobby is sitting in the books. Okay, that was the last one. I said I'm taking another break, and now I'm thinking... because this chapter stretched a lot more further than I thought, I'm not sure we'll be finishing it today. I don't need to like strictly end when I usually do it today. In any case, I'll see you in a moment. Hi there, sorry for the wait. I just recall one thing I was gonna say when this spell was talking about the Ardelia. Which I don't know if I have any with me now. Yeah. When I decided the name for this food, because if you don't know, you decide the name for this dish in particular. I had an idea for a bit where I'd like, I would get the sound effects for Ardelia, the character from Winfield, when she gets damaged or dies or something like that. And have that sound play whenever I consume an item, the Ardelia. But in the end, I barely used this dish, because like by the time you unlock it, you're already getting better food anyway. And whenever I use a dish, which isn't often because I keep forgetting to do it, I usually go for the more defensive ones. The Ardelia boosts your critical hit. I'm actually inclined to try to run from battles now, because to get a bit more story on it before I finish today. And I steep perk of being over leveled. Actually didn't realize my team is almost level 50 now. The merchants was brought down by Wolf. And that's probably gonna be the next ringer. Also, if you ever forget how many rings you currently have, you can actually look at your character's artwork and they actually show up here. Search for the hidden fortune in this map. Might, those are some massive bugs. Brought low by Wealth, so the place is underground, right? Next dungeon. Don't tell me I have to make those two statues match each other, right? That would be absurd. Our statue found the sacred beast that serve Bifilgan the trader, god of merchants. Was a grave of Poet, the owl of Bifilgan taking twin camels within his travels to protect both himself and his wares. In the pedestal is a hold the size of a coin. Legend tells of a pair of sacred beasts, one who would guard the Bifilgan's wares and one who would bite the greedy travelers. If travelers can show that they are without avarice, the beasts may lead them to riches. I have to spend 50,000. And you can haggle with this statue, but it doesn't actually give a discount.
いいわね。
なんだ？
そうか。新小白ビフェルガンすら富に屈せ。
俺たちのためにすげえ大金
Can't
を。
believe you fucked over that much money for us.
必ず借りは返す。
砂金5点か？金持ちってのは何でもありだな。
クールだ。
The point was to show that you're without avarice, right?
行くぞ。
And I already making my money back. 20,000, 30,000. Yeah, literally how much I spent to get here. Oh, but I'm gonna have to spend more money. I bet.
邪魔しないの。バンブス。そこね。
こっちの番だ。
闇を払え。
The fact Alexia can't move before the enemies is a problem, because if only she could, I could end all those battles without ever taking damage. If I have any speed nuts left, I should give them to her now. That should be enough. But just so that Yuki doesn't fall behind. Never mind, I am making my money back. If I have enough soul stones. I never aim to like stock up on time just in case I find another cat. Never mind, add 4 XLI stones, that's gonna be more than enough. It's good enough for this and one more cut. I've been getting very lucky with how many cats I fight in this game. Deadpool has something like this. There's a like tiny chance to find a golden, a platinum Numemon in any random battle. But I only found a couple back when they get introduced and then never again for the rest of the game. So I should probably slow down because I don't think I finished this dungeon today. Because I could probably start and beat the boss, but then without the sequence of cutscenes that's probably coming later, I sorry gonna overshoot the time I have to stream.
ありがとう。こっちの番だ。我が名はビアトル。
万丈この一手。雷鳴よ。手応えあり。
耳を澄ませて。
よく観察して。クライアント手応えあり。
さてと。
さあ、
行くぞ。攻め時だ。この気を逃さん。
この手に全てを。いい夢を。舞台とても逃さん。全力で。さて楽しもうか。全力だ。
12,300 is very poor for someone in the Golden Temple.
知恵こそが全てに勝る。その身で確かめろ。野田さん、リズムを感じて。一肌脱ごう。さてどうしようかな。よく観察しなさい。すぐ礼を言うよ。始めるわよ。
私が相手だ。ありがとう。さあ
任せて。
行くぞ。
これでどう。今が攻め時です。
Nah, most of those skins are false gods. Well, I did find like 50,000 just lying on the ground right at the beginning.
そらマギア・アポクリファ。後期到来だ。ここははじける。特級の歌を聴かせます。一肌逃さん。今のうちよ。全力だ。
Like Yoki doesn't even deal half the damage that Felicia does with the same skill. Isn't that staggering? Oh, over 100 plus on crits. Now Hayden is definitely not gonna have trouble with clean damage. It's just that now she's gonna hit the damage cap all the time. I could give her surpassing power because the other passive is the one that gives him more experience, which I don't really need any more of. I'm already over leveled. Is there a switch down here? No.
さあ行くぞ。
闇を払え。そら終わりだな。いい論文が書けそうだ。
And this gimmick is almost weird to see because there's actually an issue with the first Octopath where the dungeons never really had any sort of puzzle or gimmick you had to work around. They were just straightforward mazes. And this game I feel it's mostly the same. Although that might start changing now. And also have to be careful with what you wish for because I was initially happy to see when like dungeons get puzzles in Dragon Quest Monsters the Dark Prince, and then they just got insufferable very quickly. And this one seems to have a Pokemon Gym puzzle. I already made it to the end, but that was what I was trying to do. I was trying to find any chests and such that might be around. was thinking this would be one moment where the ability to zoom out will really come in handy. And of course, game doesn't let me do that.
始めるわよせそこねあーおかげもう黙ってて素敵な舞台だったわ
I'm waiting for one of those chests to be a mimic, because that's one thing we haven't seen yet in this game. I think there was nothing like that in Octopath 1. Oh, there's a mimic. Speak of the devil.
ここが私
I'm more like a monster trap, but close enough.
あせい身をかけて万物闇を払え雷よ手応えあり
And this seems stronger than the normal. They should have died by now.
耳を澄ませて風さてと万物を守護女どっちありよご苦労様
If I try to open this again, do more monsters show up. An enchanted circle. Oh wow, Yoki's gonna lose his latest tiara because this is much better. And this might be good for someone else. There's something else way down there. Like over here, I have to go back around. Oh, never mind. This was the passage for to go deeper into the dungeon. And I'm actually happy that it's like taking that is being pretty long because I'm not gonna actually fight the final boss today. Not gonna have enough time for that. But I will be back tomorrow at the same time window. In case you're new here.
私を退屈させないでくれよ。
耳をかけて
さあ
万物
ここだな
そらいいか終わりだな。いい論文が書けそうだ。
And I'd say conveyor belt puzzle. Celebration of the Arts Master. Extend the duration of song and dance effects by 1 turn. On paper, this sounds like it's gonna be great for Saisha because she is the dancer, she has the song and dance skills. But then I barely use Saisha's default moveset other than the AoE wind attack. Because like before, the move I used in most was Mole Dance to buff Viator's defense. But now she has an extra skill called Sour Tower, which buffs everybody's physical defense, so of course that's much better. Oh, it is gonna improve Dance of Respite at least. Though I usually only go for this skill when I have a 3 BP charge anyway, so it's not like the duration one is gonna help a lot. Yeah, unless I can find like more equipable skills that are dance or song for Saoirse. I don't think she's gonna gain a lot of song and dance buffs. Here, Ice Spell is also song, so that would be better at least. Like in the off chance that she actually procs this weak effect. But both of her current passes are very important. They also shields more often, which I always want to do in case the boss isn't weak to bows and I will need Yuki to spam Ring of Arrows. Using her ult is gonna fix that, the lack of weakness. This one feels an ally's ult gouge whenever Saoirse buffs them. And since I'm using Star Tower all the time to buff everybody's defense, this will proc also procs all the time. It just speeds up everybody's ult charge. And I shouldn't have gone down here, I was gonna come back. Atrás aí, bottom for. So to get to this, we have to come down here. I'm so glad that you have a minimap now, unlike your Octopath Traveler. This would be so much worse without it. And I noticed there is a new random battle theme, which sounds pretty good. It's too bad that they won't last enough for you to enjoy it. Not it, there is one floor down. Alright. Right here. This map is why not place something inside, which I don't have. Take the jump, let me just check those chests first, because there's probably gonna be a trap involved. Yeah. A nice good read on the axe weakness there. I had no idea.
アキークの誇りにかけてアキークの怒りを受けよ。ナポ終わりだ。我らの前に敵はないなあ、どうしよ
Let's speak cleanse stun. That will probably make you immune to, yeah, SP sap. It's a bit situational because very few enemies have this. But I'll remember this just in case I find a boss who uses it. And now I go back to that statue if I can remember the way to it. It isn't through here. And there's like one entire half of this map I haven't checked out yet. Yeah, in short, it's gonna be like an arena monster that's gonna use that. That's probably gonna be the most difficult content in this game overall. Especially with whichever ones you can find in the post game. Oh, did that clear open a path down here? Or is this where I came from? Ah, probably have to do the same on the other side, no? And like you can't undo the bottom press here, meaning this is only one way. Which I'm glad, like imagine this reroutes to send and have to keep coming back to it. I usually hate that kind of puzzle. In fact, I looked at the quicksand here and thought, yeah, this is gonna be a rerouting puzzle. Look, it's another trap. I really wish, if they're doing this so often, I really wish they design an actual mimic enemy for this. Instead of just being slightly stronger regular enemies. I could swear Yuki's thought was charged.
サクッとね。こっちの番だ。行こう。
よく観察して。
マギア・アポクリファ、終わりだな。
真理への道は一日にしておりますさ。
I say copy of the same spear Viator already has. Let's just have look simpler, which is good since I'm about to run out of time on my end. Big go point of repair lot. So long as I find another spear user party member in the future, that's still gonna be useful. Which I probably should, since Viator is the only party member with spears so far and he barely ever gets a chance to attack. I wonder if the boss is right behind this passage. He isn't. And the dungeon still not quite over. Well, whatever is the deal with this one, it looks so interesting. But I'll be choosing to end the stream now, because otherwise I only have like 5 more minutes to explore here. And I have to finish in time today. I talked about potentially making the different time today a permanent change, like move the stream back 1 hour. That I'm gonna have to think about. In fact, I was thinking of being like even more radical and moving both my streams 1 hour back, so today would begin at the time my Saturday stream usually begins, and the Saturday stream would begin like still 1 hour earlier still. In any case, tomorrow I'm just streaming at the normal time. I'll have to think about if I actually gonna change anything. For now, just look for somebody to raid. So thanks, Knight. Thanks, Kira. See you next time. And once again, Twitch makes it very hard to find small VTubers for whatever reason. But yeah, ending now. Hope to see you tomorrow, and thanks for tuning in. And have a good night.